What's going on, everyone? Vampyr Gaming here, and this was round, it's either 6 or 7 of the Treasure Cup. I was undefeated at the time, going against Blackbeard, playing as Shanks. We're going to just kind of talk through this matchup and commentate over the game. Be sure to hit that subscribe button. Make sure you don't miss out on any of these videos, but especially wanted to get this out with Nats coming up, because I do think Blackbeard will be somewhat represented, but I do believe Lucci and everything else will be a little bit more. I did keep my initial hands, which ideally has Dragon and 10 drop. Dragon's really good on 8-9. And 10 drop is really good because on his 10 turn, he has to play his 10 drop, which means I have to play my 10 drop, which means he has to play either delay it a turn or have another one. Because mine's really, mine's the better 10 drop. And I mean, I guess if he wants to go 20 into it, is what it is. But then he doesn't establish anything. And his block is gone. So we're at 3. Likely just go straight at face. Oh, just going to go 6. Okay, so I have a Red Hawk and I want to answer the Lafitte. Yeah, so he gets a trigger, gets the search. Probably going to add the Shura. Oh, he's going to take the horse. It's a 2k minuser, I believe. Yeah, the card's busted. Trashes itself and draws a card. Does technically cost a card though, but yeah, we got 2 up. Yeah, we're gonna go ahead and use that Lafitte. Lafitte. Get rid of it. Which saves me an attack, which is pretty good. I think I don't know if this was the game I started off pretty rough, but essentially in this matchup, I want to pressure them and I want to get them as low as possible, because if I go to 0, I can play Roger, which is huge. And in this list, I'm playing 2 Roger. So if we can go to 0 and play Roger, Roger's going to take us to distance, because it doesn't matter how many 10 drops they have. Yeah. So I doubt I have Marco, but if I do, it's fine. I do believe I misplay in this too. I play a Marco and I KO something, and it gives him an extra card, which I believe is grossly incorrect. But I was worried about him having an extra body one turn. Yeah, so he's got 2 Blackbeards. So we know one thing to note is, like, when they search these, you know they have 2 bricks. So when you combo, when you go to pressure their life, you need to remember that and just keep that in mind. I'm like 2 bricks. Okay, so you really only have like 4 possible counter cards, and we know that he still has the 2k. He's going to go 8, which is huge for me, because then I would get the counter right out of it. Oh, going 6. 6. All right, I'm a Red Hawk and remove the Lafitte. Yeah. Just so I get that value still. Like, yeah, it's giving up a Red Hawk, but in late game, I'm probably not going to have an opportunity, because I want to be slamming 10 drops. So you want to go ahead and get rid of that early if possible, while also answering that body, because I didn't get to play an Uda. So it allows me to aggro them. Still during my turn. There is a chance. I think I just went 10 or 8. There's a chance. Everything was a blur. This was also the end of this match was caught on Eggman stream, so this is the full game. If you know how this, if you saw that stream, you know how this this ends. It was fascinating. This is a really good game. Yeah, I think I'm just going to go 8 and smash him, because I think I started off pretty slow. Unfortunately, I don't think I had any threats to establish. I'm leaving up 2 for another Red Hawk. I don't believe I have another Red Hawk. Yeah, I'm just going to go 10. 10, hit the life, because if I just hit the life, as long as he's taking it, I just want to answer the life. If I answer the life, it puts me in a position to win. We want to aggro Blackbeard, which is why Dragon is so key, because then we get to go 8 and we get to swing 9. Because usually on my 8, they'll make it to where they can't. Yeah. Doc Q is the KO. KO is a 1 cost. Yeah, I believe I KO a Doc Q. He's going to go ahead. I'm going to 7, so I have my on play where I could trash. He's going to be, Burgess is going to be 7 at this point, so I couldn't trash it off of. Yeah, so what's his name? Benjamin Beckman is going to have 0 power here. But this is where cards like Newgate really excel. We're still sitting at a healthy 5. Healthy 5. I think still establishing the body's important here. Poke a 5. Get a 1k. Because now he's going to start using his ability. And his hand's going to start getting taxed. So you want to tax it even more. Burgess is a slight problem, though. I might just smack face again. There's a chance, because there's like, it's like, do I want to, the question is, do I want to establish a threat? And yeah, I'm pretty sure I have to establish a threat, because I'm pretty sure next turn I'm going to go Dragon. And Dragon's really good, so it's probably going to hit, or I'm going to go 6-9. It's going to cost him a lot of cards. Yeah, so we finally got that 2k, or no, that isn't the 2k that we know. So he gave us a different 2k, but he might have searched that one. Playing Beckman, and we're just going to pass. But the 7 body matters, and if he wants to remove it, it costs him a lot, and he's not going to establish his board. And then we have Dragon. And if not, we're going to go 5, or we're going to go 6, 7, 9 next turn to really just pressure that life. He's got those nice UG sleeves from Nat's Bandai Card Fest earlier this year. Bandai Card Fest looks phenomenal this year. I'm so excited. I had to email PPG, not PPG, Play TCG about my invite because I got 34th. And hopefully they'll get all that situated so I can get actually in the main event. I kind of waited too long. I just figured it'd work itself out. I wasn't super proactive, so part of that is on me. But I know their team is super capable, so hopefully that'll all work out. Yeah, again, I know that there's 2 10 drops coming my way too. So I need to make sure I have answers to that. Still sitting at a nice, healthy 5, but I'm probably going to go down the 4 this turn. Just because of Burgess. Yeah, playing Laboon. Going to use Laboon, then probably do Finger Pistol. Oh, you're going to use Stronger. Yeah, and then just use Doc Q. Yeah. It's got 3. So we need the ands to the Laboon. I'm probably smacking 9 into the Laboon. 8 at me. Burgess, I believe, is also at 8. I think I'm just going to take him. He did just opt to pass. Maybe could have turned the Burgess sideways. Maybe was afraid of me just putting all my Dawn at Burgess. Because then I don't establish a threat that's frozen by 10 drop either. But so we're going to go ahead. He's got 3 in hand. I'm going to poke 5 at life probably. Maybe even poke 5 at the Laboon, force a card. Because we know 2 of the... I know for a fact... I might even go 6 at Laboon and then go 9 at life. Because I know for a fact 2 of those are Blackbeards. So I know he has 2 bricks. One of those cards is a counter. And we've seen the dot... Or the... Greater, whatever that horse is. Yeah, I'm going to go 6 at Laboon. Heck, I might even go 6 at life. Because I know if I go 6 and then go 9... and he goes down the 1, I'm in a really good spot. I might go 6-9. Yeah, I'm taking my time to think. Because that's a big decision. Yeah, 6 at Laboon. Yep, now I'm going to go 8, or I'm going to go 9 to the face. Because now he's going to play 10 drops, so my drag... Really? Really? Minusing Burgess. Didn't KO the doc to give him a card. Interesting. I guess that makes sense. Because he's just going to want to play 10 drops at this point. He's not going to have an opportunity to KO. And so 0 value me giving him an extra card, but I'm pretty sure I answer this Q later. Playing the Rayleigh, though, keeps the Burgess off of me. Just going to play 10 drop. Yeah, the negating of the leader's pretty good, too. And then, so yeah. The big thing about that 10 drop too is the fact that he would negate the minus from Shanks for like the whole duration, which becomes a very relevant thing throughout our battle. I go ahead and give him Rayleigh. He's only got 3, so he's playing super slim. And then Burgess was like 2. Or no, I didn't get any on plays. That's why. So Burgess was a full 8. Full 8. That's why. Because he had trashed. And I think this turn he opted to not trash. Which makes sense because my best play is going to be my 10 drop. Now the interesting thing is I can fish a 5. Or I can play a dragon. But I believe I'm going to slam down 10. Just because I think it matters the most. Yeah, so you can kind of see it peeking from my hand right there. Yeah, Burgess can't be KO'd, so I can't, like, hard answer him. Yeah, 5 at life. You can either block or counter. He's going to take it, which was crazy to me. And then you can just, of course, block and 2K, which is kind of nice about the whole Shanks, is you're going to spit it out. And then you're going to turn it sideways. The question is now, do I want to go with Burgess? But it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter because he's going to block with it. So I might as well go face. Because I'm sitting here debating on it. But like in hindsight, it doesn't matter where I spit the attack. Because he's going to block 2K if he can. He's going to block 2K if he has a 2K. He's going to block. Yeah. Yeah. And Burgess is a 4. Burgess is really going to be a powerhouse during this. We can trash, which is great, but it is still a slight problem for us. Didn't see Dragon, which was unfortunate. But I'm guessing I kept it. I know I have 2 10 drops. I know he has another 10 drop that's going to negate my Shanks, but the big thing about Shanks is he's a rusher, so he's going to gain instant value. I believe he just whiffed, which was also big for me. 10. Yeah, so now Shanks is negated. And he cannot attack, so he's going to go 5. This is a great way, of course, finally starting to tax the hand. If I have a 1K, I'm going to give it up. Looks like I had no Tama, a couple other cards. It's always really hard. Yeah, giving up a Rayleigh just because that's a blocker. 9. Yeah, we're going to take the 9. And so he's got 2 cards in hand. Yeah, so I go ahead, trigger, and I'm going to minus the blocker teach just in case he was going to go 12. Because then it's like, if he goes 12, I'm not in a great spot because I'm going to have to take it. That ensures that I don't take it, which is great. I think that was the correct call because it's like, when am I going to have time to activate this event? Looking at my hand, when am I going to have an opportunity to play this? And it's like, okay, well, I'll just keep that attack off of me because he's got 2 blockers. If he only had 1, like, maybe he doesn't swing with it, but if he did, it puts a lot of pressure on me, and I'll only have 3 attacks. He's got 1 blocker, and then he comes back at me, and I only have 1. Being at 2 makes me a lot healthier in this position, which is why I triggered it. That's why Red Hawk is the GOAT. I've actually had it in so many positions. Now I think I'm just debating on dropping a dragon. But I still think the play is drop a 10 drop. Because if I drop a 10 drop, the effect comes back and all his characters are minus 2,000. And he just still shouldn't be able to make it all the way through. And that's kind of what I'm like thinking through right now. Because if the moment he turns all his cards sideways, he loses. And it's like, okay, do I mathematically lose? Because I'll have to be able to counter out of 2 attacks. I'll have to be able to counter out of 2 attacks. And he'll have a 10, and a 7. He'll have a 10, and a 7. So his most efficient attacks is going to be 2 Dawn to go 11, 11. And then 4 for an 11. And then he'll have 4 left. So 9, 11, 11, 11. It's like, okay, can I get out of a 9 and an 11 with the cards I have in my hand? And if the answer is yes, then I'm okay to play a 10 drop. Because that's his best math. 9, 11, 11, 11. And so I need 5 2Ks, 2 1Ks. So yeah, I'm going to go ahead and play this. And we're going to poke 5 at life. We could have poked 5 first, but he's going to go ahead and take it, which is probably the find counter for the 12 when I swing with it. 8, because he's going to get a free block on the 8. I'm going to go 8 at Burgess. Yeah, because it's like, okay, it didn't really matter where that attack went. Now the question is, do I just want to go 12 at the teach? Yeah, I go 12 on 11 on teach because if he doesn't have a 2K, he's forced to give me it. Whereas if I go life, he can just take it. So I slammed it at the teach. Because if I answered a teach, I was super good. Yeah. He's going to find a Blackbeard here. Yeah. Maybe not. But I believe he finds a Blackbeard this turn. Maybe it's the next turn. I guess it's not this turn. Which is interesting. Because again, this game was really close. This game was really, really good. Because I believe this time around, because he's not playing a 10, he can either leave them up. But if he goes for lethal here, and I have enough counter, he loses. And again, his best point of attack is 9, 11, 11, 11. Or you're like 9, 10, 11, 12. Then I only have to get out 9 and 10. And then he can't answer anything else. But it puts a lot of pressure on me to counter out of one of his blockers. Because the moment he turns one of those blockers sideways, I'm in a really good spot. Yeah, that's what he's just trying to figure out. Is like, is today the turn that I go for lethal? Is this the lethal turn? I've got 2, 4, 6. And I have leader ability. So I really need 2K, 2K, leader ability, and then 2K, 2K, 1K, or 2K, 2K, 1K, 1K. Something like that. But it doesn't, because of the leader ability, it makes it just slightly harder to go for lethal. Because all of his guys are minused. And look, you see him picking up that 4, I'm sure he's going to be like, yeah. But we know he added a 2K. So we know he can get out of... Actually, if I swing and he doesn't play a 10 drop, I have both my abilities. So it actually costs him 2K, 1K to counter out. I'll tell you this. I don't win by gold. By Goldie Roger. Unfortunately. That would just be too saucy. And I'm sure on his turn, too, he has to consider that. If he puts me to 0, do I play Gold D and just win? There's a lot of pressure on him this turn to make the correct move. This is a very game-defining move with 3 cards in hand. Because you could just super swing into one of the Shanks as well. Could turn one of your sideways and attempt to trade. But if you don't, if I can counter out, it's very bad for you. Because then I have 12, 12, 15 and you lose. Yeah. At this point, a judge jumped in and was like, you got to make a move. Because obviously we sat here for a bit. I'm very patient when playing overall. 15 at Rayleigh, which was, it's a good move because that body, with that, if I have the bodies I have, I can really hurt his board. So 15 at Rayleigh cost me a lot of cards to save. I'm just trying to, you know, because it'll be, yeah, just too expensive. It's just too expensive. But if I had that extra attack, I don't even think I had enough counter, if I'm being honest. But if I had that extra attack, yeah, 7, I'm probably going to leader ability -1 and give him a 2K. If I'd countered out of that, he could have turned his Marshall D teaches sideways, and I would lose. Because then he goes 7, 12, 12. And I don't think I would have had enough to get out of it. Okay, now it's like, do I play Dragon? Do I play Dragon? Because he didn't use the leader ability. Do I play Dragon, go 9, 9, 12, 12? I think Dragon here is really, really good. Because as long as he has 2 or less bodies, I still have counter. I still have cards. Sitting there thinking. I think I'm going to go 14, though, with Shanks. To ensure that he just cannot mathematically counter out of it. Yeah, because I want to get one of these Blackbeards off the board. Try to figure out how much Burgess is at. So he's up 1, 2, 3, 4. Still up 4, but the second he counters, he'll be up 5. $14 at life. Because then I can still go huge at life. But my next swing is going to guarantee his teach if he takes it. Which is what I want. And then I can possibly establish a blocker or anything else. Leave 2 up for a Red Hawk. Anything to keep. And I'm pretty sure I KO the dot Q when I Red Hawk. I'm pretty sure Red Hawk is going to come. Yeah. And now I'm going to go. I'm going to attach 4 to the Shanks to ensure that I get the teach. 4, 5. Yeah, I'm going to go 6. Then he just sees. Then he's just Timothy. I'm going to go 5. Force a card. Because I've still got 8 Dons, so I could play a dragon still. I can go 11, 12. Yeah, he gives us Burgess. Burgess having counter is actually the craziest thing. Yeah, I'm going to go 14. 16. Straight at, yeah, because then he's at 10, so it'll cost him his entire hand to block. Yeah, and this is where he's going to find it. Because as it stands right now, he would have to go for lethal. I'm in a great spot. But now he finds 10 drop, which means he doesn't have to go for lethal. He does pick up a 4th card, which gets called on by the judge. And it's funny, too. And the judge is, like, muted. And it was like, oh, he's like, yeah, this is the 4th card. And it's funny because he put the 1 card face down. So it's just very awkward sequence. But he's a genuine guy. He's like, dude, he's like, I'm just nervous, my bad. And then the judge just confirms that it's going to go on the bottom. It'll be, yeah. Yeah, so now he's got 10 drop. Now he can play a 10 drop. Now he's got 2 blockers, and I only have 2 attackers. But it means I can get all of his blockers, or I can get one of them. Which is going to be key. Because his are still minus, as it stands right now, they're still -2, but he's going to play a new gate. He's going to -1, so that effect's going to be gone. And I believe I'm going to try to counter out of his swing. Because he gets to negate my leader too, which again, really good. Because then I don't get my free 1k. He's going to go 5. I'm going to give him counter. And give him a 2k. A lime juice. Very expensive. But I know lime juice isn't going to give me any value. So I believe I'm just all 2k'd up. Establishing a body would have been huge. Yeah, he's going. I'm going to Red Hawk. I KO the dot Q, which is totally incorrect. Because then I give him an extra card. And then, yeah, then we get out of it. So I stay at 2 life, which is going to be super important. Because he's only going to have 3 swings, which means all of them have to go through. Because I'm not able to push for lethal here. Very aware of that, and I also needed to get that Red Hawk out of my hand. Not able to push for lethal here. Trying to do my math really quick. Because I can only swing with 1. And so I'm going to do a 5 poke. He's going to give me that for free. Probably. He might give me a 1k, though, if he is afraid of another 10 drop coming down. So I should lead with a 5 swing. If I don't, it was just hindsight 2020. But I should lead with a 5 swing. Now it's my turn to take a big think. Going 13, just so it costs 2k, 1k for the block. Test and see what he has. And then I can plan my turn from there. So if he has 2K, 1K, again, KOing the Doc Q was not the play. That was a misplay on my behalf. Now, he also has the opportunity to just block and try to force me in. Because then if I go all in right here, 14, which is probably, like, he probably had the counter, but now I go, yeah, because he gave me the body, I know I'm good. And I'm going to drop a 9 Newgate. Because then I'm a 7K leader. He's got -2 on all of his characters. So it's essentially like I'm a 9K leader this turn. And he's going to have to get through 3 life going for lethal. I do not have a ton of cards in my hand. But I have leader ability, which means first swing I'm an 8. And I only have to get out of 1. And because that Shanks didn't swing, I'm guaranteed 2 bodies next turn. Yeah, I'm double checking the math just to make sure. Because he can dump his hand for Burgess. Which I believe makes his best form of attack 11, 12, 12. And I just have to be able to get out of 1. Gonna go ahead. Yeah, I'm just really just double running the numbers. Because if I'm a 7 and he goes 11, I make it 10. I need 2 2Ks. And I'm making sure that it is his best point of attack. Yeah, and I'm going to slam down the new game. Buff my leader by 2. It's the best position when you have 2 established 10 drops and then you play the new game. Because he didn't use the effect. But yeah, giving him that extra card with Doc Q, had he just countered out of the first one, could have been a huge mistake that cost me the game. But he was trying to bait me in, which is very fair. And who would have saw 9 Newgate coming down? Like, it looked really good on your side. Now it's looking a lot less good. Because even a 10 drop, you still get the block 1 and counter out. But I swung 9, so I couldn't have. But yeah, I should have swung 5 first. I didn't even swing with my leader. I should have initiated a 5. Because then he either blocks or he gives me a card out of hand. So that was a mistake. That was a mistake on my end. Yeah, and he shows me the Burgess, which is funny, but he does it to buff Burgess. So Burgess is buffed by 7. Yeah, so he's buffed by 7, but he's minus, so he's 10. Yeah, he's just checking what his lethal options are. Yeah, he goes 11. I would check in my hand. If I don't pull any counter out of my life, I lose. Because I believe I have exactly 11 here. So I'm not even going to try to bait it. But he's committed 1 Dawn, so he can't, like, establish another blocker. And I have I have a crazy board, so like I'm super good. So I'm a Shanks -1, 2K, 2K. I believe the next card in my hand is just a brick. He's like, yeah, you got it, but he's like, yeah, he's gonna go 12 at the Shanks. He's gonna get the Shanks because I just can't counter it. He's gonna go 12 at life. Seven, yeah, 7 plus 5 is 12. My net, I did draw a 2K though. 22 to lock it in, and it came through obviously with the 1 card being Burgess. Yeah, I pulled. Yeah, I think it was the Marco is what I pulled out of life. Yeah, and then last life was Shanks. So if both of those were no counter and I tried to bait them all the way through, I just lose. So I did have to just take it right there. But as always, if you found this content of value, if you could do me a favor, hit that subscribe button, and I'll see y'all in the next one.